We gonna pass, moving out, little doubt. Yeah, we done with middle class, middle class.
Hey guys, it's Carger and welcome to the PvP Movement Guide. Now, I've played a lot of 1v1s. I mean, seriously, a lot of 1v1s. People challenge me a lot. I enjoy 1v1s. I think they're really good at, for, teaching yourself to get better at the game. Just because you have to focus on one target and you have to try to outplay the target. Sometimes if you're playing in a game mode where there's a lot of people involved, the person might be shooting at someone and then you can easily get a nice little free kill there. But with a 1v1 you really have to be playing angles, making sure you're playing smart all the time, because if you make one mistake they're going to capitalize on it. Now, one thing I've been really praised on, and people really think this is probably my best skill or my best trait for me, is just my movement. I have really good movement, and it's very noticeable when you're playing. The people that have good movement and the people that don't. You'll see people that have good movement, they're baiting people, they're trying to make people make mistakes so they can capitalize on them, where most players, they kind of just like, say there's a person right there, people would kind of just like walk around the corner and try to shoot at them, and I mean, oh my god, the amount of people that do that is just insane. My teammates, my opponents, everyone, it's not like they even try. It's like they just walk around and they shoot people, and I mean, that is the game. Like, this is a first-person shooter. It's not intuitive, but there are so many things that that you can do to make sure that you can get that kill. So I'm just going to be going over a few things, and most of this is for all characters. It's not just Hunter, but there are some Hunter-specific things that you can do. Now, this first trick that I'm going to be showing you is, let's say there's an opponent right there. This is a pretty common sniper lane. There's usually going to be people there. It doesn't have to be a sniper, but I'm for the sake of, just aiming down the lane, I'm going to use a sniper. First of all, let me just, before I even go into this, if you're ever going past the lane, I think it goes without saying that you are not going like this, but you are sliding. If you're not sliding, like 9 out of 10 times you're gonna get destroyed. If I'm aiming with a sniper, so if I have a 50-50 chance you're gonna be here, or because if you're sliding, or if you're gonna be right here running up, I'm so gonna choose this angle almost all the time, because almost 95% of the time people are gonna be walking up and not sliding, unless you're an experienced player. So that is one thing you're going to be wanting to try to do. Always sliding into an angle, because that way they have to bring their reticle all the way down, and if you've practiced this enough and you're sliding and you can aim right at them in your slide, kinda, so when you're out of your slide you can get a quick shot on them, you'll be able to get the first shot even if they're aiming at you beforehand. Now, let's say they're expecting that. Let's say they already have their sniper, they already have their reticle right there, ready for you to slide, and even if they do see you walk up, they can easily flick up. What you want to do is slide, see them, dodge, or shoulder charge, or Icarus dash if you're on Warlock for top tree. Any of those work. Even another slide if you're quick enough. Bam, and then kind of flick your head around, so like that kind of, just anything to get in the lane, get out the lane quickly, anything like that, because what that's gonna do is if they go that way, the reticle is gonna swing across the screen, and that way if you try to re-peek again, most times they're not gonna have their reticle ready for you to slide, because they already saw you do that, and so they think you're just gonna re-peek regularly. So if you do that and you do this correctly, and then let's say you slide back and you get a reticle on them, you are going to bait them so hard. You're going to be able to get that kill instantly if you have your reticle trained on them. Anything like that works. You shoulder charge out right after you do that. You don't even have to shoot when you slide it the first time. Anything that makes them waste bullets, anything that makes them waste anything, waste shots, really, it's just getting them away from you. If they know you're here, even if you're 3-peeking, even if you guys are in a stalemate or something, this trick will always work. Or you don't even have to slide out the second time. You've probably seen in many of my clips, I'm 3-peeking or something, I dodge away, and then I just re-peek back. Standing here, in one of my last montages, you might have seen me, the popcorn trick, I call it, where I go like this, re-peek, snipe. Anything that draws the target away from you. If you're standing here, you walk out, bro, right there, you're dead. Now, just for some more advanced kind of tips. I know that was pretty advanced, but it doesn't have to be perfect like that. You just kind of gotta bait them away. You know, anything to close the distance as well. This is a nice little example right here where I can slide in the corner. I have this little wall protecting me. If you're a shotgunner, you want to close the distance on a sniper, let's say. Another thing also I just thought of, when you're in your slide, you can dodge or shoulder charge, even if your slide is not fully finished. So for example, if I'm here, and sometimes if I'm trying to snipe someone who's sliding, they'll slide out and then I kind of wait till they stop to kill them. But if you're in your slide, and then you like kind of dodge out right before the slide ends, or shoulder charge, or Icarus dash, or anything like that, they're not going to expect that. And that's going to create a huge like kind of pathway of closing the distance. So you're going to be able to, you know, bait them, slide, jump, do whatever you need to kind of get around them, even if they're aiming you from the start. Now, let's say you're not aiming this lane. Let's say someone's pushing you. I've seen most people do this, but I mean, it's still something that people haven't picked up on. Always jump. If someone's pushing you, a shotgunner, I do this all the time. I peek out, ready to shotgun somebody I see. There's a radar ping right here. I know they're right there. I go to shotgun them. If you are up in the air, I mean, come on, that is a perfect kill. And I know people do that, but I've seen warlocks kind of just float in the air, you know, and it's just so obvious, it's so loud, people will notice. Just if you can just quickly jump right before they come around the corner, you're gonna get an easy kill on that. Now, one thing, I mean, you may have seen me do this many times, is kind of what I call the bait trick. So you go in and then you immediately go out. And so that is something that it's really it can draw fire away. It can, let's say you don't really know what's behind this corner, you can kind of slide in quickly, dodge out like that. It will draw their fire, it will give you so much information, and sometimes even if you're at like a kind of a wall right here or something, it will give you a third-person view of what's going on without even having to 3-peek. So that is also something to keep in mind. There are just a lot of subtle things, like especially when you're running, and making sure to utilize your jumps, making sure you hop on objects and stuff. I missed that right there, but you want to hop on objects. Try to get the height advantage as well. That's huge. Utilizing the map. Every map is different. You want to know where heavy is. You want to make sure there are all these different things. People don't utilize this tree enough, but I've gotten a few clips where, you know, I've missed it that time. But you hop on the tree, and then you just come around here and you get them. This game is so not horizontal. This game is so vertical. You see there's this whole vertical portion of the map that isn't used. Most people come around here, they just kind of trying to fire lanes and stuff. You always want to be sliding around corners, dodging, doing whatever you can to be most agile. And I know it's so easy. It's so easy on Hunter kind of to do that, especially if you have you know, 100 mobility, that dodge recharges in 9 seconds. It's so easy just to, you know, be mobile, be that fast kind of threat to the opponents. And I know on Titans, on Warlocks, there are those disadvantages. You have other stats you want to maximize, but especially on Titans, you have that shoulder charge on almost every single subclass. You're sliding, you know, you can just shoulder charge people. And one thing that they don't really understand is you don't have to be sprinting to shoulder charge. You can sprint, then you can slide, and then even at the very, very, very end of your slide, you can still shoulder charge. One trick I've done before is someone's been chasing me, and they've, you know, been trying to chase me down this hallway or something. I slide, and then immediately shoulder charge them like that. And trust me, it works every single time. If someone's running away from you, you're not going to expect them to do an immediate 360 to kill you in a one shot. I mean, that is devastating if you can pull that off. Now, on Warlocks, I know the top tree Dawnblade, it's a bit PC friendly. It's not so console friendly. There are things you can do that you can't really do on console, but like maximize that Icarus dash. It's crazy. You get 2 of those, and they recharge so fast, faster than even one hunter dodge. The only drawback is that you have to be in the air. In the air means just like 1 inch off the ground, so you're basically getting 2 dodge charges that have very short cooldowns. You can use those to your advantage so easily. Like, just honestly, any point in the match, you have that like vertical field of view. You can just kind of dodge in and then bait and like just jump right out. I didn't explain that well. You can kind of go into an area quickly and then just immediately turn around and fire that Icarus dash back, and you get 2 of those. You can do that twice, and then good chances are your first one will already be recharged. So here's some more just basic movement tips. If you're like, I don't know how I'm going to explain this, but in a 1v1 scenario, there are a lot of 1v1 scenarios in competitive and trials where your team's down, just in regular 1v1s. People are always going to be having their eyes trained on you. Like I said before, it's not like people are just, you know, distracted and they can easily get a kill on you. They're always going to be on you. They're going to be watching your radar all the time, you know. So in 1v1s, what I like to say is it's not so much gun skill, it's more about just kind of using mind tricks and movement to try to trick the person into making a mistake. And I mean, like I said, there are so many ways to do this. One thing I like to do is just to use my abilities to bait people out. So like I'll slide around a corner, kind of, and then use this Tempest Strike to kind of push them back. And one thing you'll notice is when I use that Tempest Strike, I kind of jump back a bit. That makes it so that you don't have to use your dodge. You don't have to slide to get around back into that corner to safety. You can easily just kind of shoot it up there and then just jump right back, and then maybe you can repeat that corner because their eyes will be not trained on you. It's really like, boy, people are such robots right now because of the meta. They like to use their Bastion, their Gnawing Hunger, their Jotun, your Arbalist and everything, and those, they take such minimal skill and have such high aim assist that people are really, especially bad players, are just taking advantage of this meta, and they're just not playing as how they should be, but they're just not playing smart, and it's not really punishing them because they have such forgiving weapons that they use. That's why I prefer weapons like Beloved or weapons like Dire Promise that may be a lot better on PC, but they're so underused on console that people just shy away from them. They're too scared to use them. And so I think you just have to challenge yourself. You have to take risks, especially with your gun choices, especially with your movement, and it's really about outplaying your opponent. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found this informative. If you have any video ideas or recommendations for videos I should do in the future, please leave them in the comment section below. I see you guys later.